Hey guys, it's Appleminte. Welcome back again to my channel. I know it's been a few weeks since I last posted a video and things around here have just been a little bit hectic. I did basically a live stream on an app called Shop Live where I sold a bunch of my products and chatted with people, and I also have just been doing a lot of con prep and things like that. So it's just been a little crazy, but that's why I wanted to do a Drawing Your OCs video today, because I want to draw more of your characters. It's been a little bit since I did that, and I'm really excited for the ones that I chose, and I think you're gonna like them. But before we get into that, I just want to take a second to thank today's video sponsor. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Secret Cat Forest. Secret Cat Forest is a relaxing game that is great to play when you just want to relax and unwind after a long day. When you open the game, cats will come to play with you for a period of time at your forest home. You can unlock multiple secret floors, including the attic and the basement, by making specific items that will allow you access to them. The more space that you have, the more room for cats to come and visit you. The game features a real-time day and night cycle, as well as cute animations and gorgeous moving backgrounds. There are dozens of adorable kitties for you to meet, and you can check the archives to see which cats have come to visit you and which you still need to find. In the game, you can also go fishing, collect wood from trees, and build furniture to attract more cats. The first 200 people to install the game using code appleminte will receive 2,000 wood and 4 cans of fish in-game. You can download the game using my link in the description box below, so a big thank you to Secret Cat Forest for being today's awesome video sponsor. So the first character that I chose was one that, as I was scrolling through all of the entries you guys sent in, which is always a few hundred of them, and there's always a lot to go through, so choosing is very difficult. But as I was going through everything, I passed by this one, and I just couldn't stop looking at her because the design is just there's so much detail and so many colors that I just immediately, my art brain got really excited. So this character was sent to me by somebody named Mira Doodles, and this is their character Lucy. So just a few things that they included about their character is that she's half human, half cat. She's a happy, energetic person, loves to sing, loves animals and shopping, and lives in an apartment with her friends while studying in a boarding school. So I was drawn to this character because, like I said, there was a ton of detail in the overall outfit and just like the look as a whole, and I just really liked the color palette they chose. Like, the more I looked at this drawing, I was just very impressed by every little thing they put in here, like the little hair clips, the design on the shirt, the little cat that they included, which I believe is a plush, but they described it as her kitten, so I'm not sure, but I took it as a plush when I was drawing this. But anyway, my idea for how I wanted her to look. So for her pose, I wanted to make her sitting down, because for these, the screen here is horizontal, so I try to fit as much as I can for the sake of the video. You know, normally I might do a drawing that is more vertical, but for these kinds of videos, I like to try to fit as much as I can into the screen as possible. So that is why I chose to do a more horizontal pose of her sitting. And my idea was to have her surrounded by a lot of pillows and just kind of like in a plushy sanctuary kind of room. For this video specifically, I've been trying to push myself with these Drawing Your OCs videos more and more, because in the past, I feel like they used to be pretty basic. I used to just kind of draw a character in my sketchbook with kind of nothing behind them, or no props, or nothing really, like, and just kind of standing there a lot of the time, nothing too special. And it's not to say that I don't like those. I still look back on a lot of them, and I look back on them fondly. But I think that with these, I want to push myself more as I go. So that is why I wanted to add a little bit more of a scene to her, rather than just having her, you know, in the white void, if you can call it that. And I just really had a lot of fun with this one. The colors, the color palette in this, just everything was pastel and pretty and cute, and I just had a lot of fun with the shading and the lighting and just making everything pop. So like, I just have to thank you for giving me that, like, just creative, I don't even know, boost, if you want to call it that. I was feeling really good while doing this piece. And when I was finished with it, I looked at the time, because Procreate, the program that I use on my iPad to do this artwork, it tracks all of your, you know, lines and strokes and everything you've done, but then it tells you how long you spent actually physically doing the artwork. And for this one, it actually clocked in at 4.5 hours, which I was surprised by, because I think in the past I probably would have taken like at least double the time, like at least 8 hours to do something like this. So I feel like I'm slightly improving, and maybe that's because I've been doing a lot more digital art lately, but I just really enjoy it. So this one is no exception, and I had a lot of fun with her. And I try to add a little bit of gradients here and there as well, like in her hair, just to like pull in colors from other pieces of the artwork and things like that. And to just make things look a little more interesting, like in her hair bows, instead of them just being straight up pink, I add a little bit of like purple toward the part that connects to her hair and things like that. So yeah, I just, I'm like gushing about the artwork. I hope that doesn't sound conceited in any way. I just really liked this character and just where it went as a whole. And as I was going on, I was like increasing saturation of certain areas, or just like trying to make everything look really shiny, because, you know, I was getting a really bright and happy vibe from this character, and they did describe her that way. So I wanted the piece to really speak to that as well, with all the colors being so pastel and just happy and vibrant. And I like the opportunity to be able to make, I know it's not a detailed background, but I do like the opportunity to be able to add just a little something, like a little scene, so like I said, they're not just in the middle of nowhere. So I thought that overall this character was just great, and it got me going for this video and got me inspired. So great job on her. And I'll stop my rambling here for a moment so you can just take a second to watch the rest of this unfold, and then we're going to get into the next character. So this next character's color palette unintentionally was actually like the complete opposite of the first character that I drew, which was very warm colors, a lot of pinks and yellows. And this one is very much the opposite, a lot of blues and, well, yeah, mostly a lot of blues and purples. But so this character was sent to me by somebody named Sydney, and this is their character, I think Avalee. I was gonna say Avalee, but then they put a pronunciation, which I'm seeing now. It says Avalee. So that is their D&D character, who is a moon elf twilight cleric. And they did make a note that I could draw her either with glowing eyes or without them, because she has died a few times within the story, and when she comes back she has glowing eyes after being resurrected, so that it was my decision if I wanted to include it or not. I decided to, just because of, I guess, what I was envisioning for the drawing, and I felt that it was going to fit, because they did send me basically a character sheet as well as another reference, and in the other reference that they gave me, she had some magic that she was using, so I wanted to include that in this drawing. And so this one is a little different than the last one. I still am going to add like a little scene to it, so she's not just in the middle of nowhere, but at the same time, it's a portrait, like a half-body portrait, rather than a full body for this one, because I just felt like it was going to fit what I wanted to do more with it. And I like to go back and forth these days with how I decide to draw or interpret people's characters. And sometimes I like doing like straight on drawings like this one, because I can use the symmetry tool and make everything look really even and nice. But also, like, yeah, it's just something that when I'm drawing straight on, sometimes I like to do that, just so you get everything to be even and it's not kind of wonky, because it can get a little wonky. And not to say everything has to be exact, but sometimes for the sake of argument, it makes things a little easier when you're trying to convey them in a drawing like this. So, right, like I said, I wanted to include magic and glowiness in this piece. So this one, actually, I think I was probably a little faster doing than the other one, because the detail was slightly less. I think I went a little overboard in the first drawing, because I just got so into all those little details. But this one, the color palette, like I said, was very blue. And so I put all the blues down and put everything, and I enjoy shading blue skin as well. Like it's, or I guess colored skin that's not a typical skin tone, you know, like something like red skin or blue skin, like just atypical skin tones are fun to do because I guess I don't get the opportunity to do them much or have a reason unless I'm drawing some of my own characters. And I wanted to give her darker cheeks, I guess, like dark blue shading for her cheeks, but I noticed that in a lot of the drawing references she had a lot of like white there and some like kind of white freckles, so I fought my my desire to do the darker cheeks and I just went for that. But when I was done with all of this, I think something that brings these pieces together in general is just adding a bunch of layer effects after the fact. So, you know, you lay down all your colors and your shading and your highlights, and then once you finish, you go in on more layers above your artwork and you add in some more effects over everything. So for this one, I added an extra shade of blue over everything, as well as the pieces for the background, I guess, and some extra lighting, which you'll see I did some snow. But overall, I had a lot of fun with both of these, and I think being able to be more creative in my digital artwork recently I've just been pushing myself with these artworks and just having more fun than I guess I used to. So I hope you guys enjoy watching them, and I know it's a lot of people like when I do my traditional, but I'm really having fun with digital right now, so I hope you enjoy my art. As always, all of my links are in the description box below. The link to my online store, my Patreon pin club, my Instagram page, and my Discord server are all there. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me, and I will see you all next Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. As always, I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful weekend. Bye bye!